Oh shit, wasn't even recording.
Oh, want me to explain it again?
Yeah, just...
Alright, sorry about that. That's alright. Take two. Alright, so a lot of times when I'm in the side control, especially if I'm controlling the head, their next defense is having the forearm against the hip, right? So this way. And what this does is it stops me from switching to the high side control. If I do try to switch while that's there, usually they'll brace. There'll be all this space and they can work to escape with the space. So I need to address that if I want to progress from this cross-face position. So I'll start grabbing the elbow, I start pinching with my elbow, and if I just pull, his back, his lats will usually be strong enough to resist me pulling that up. So I need to use the torque, the turning of my hips here to help dig that out. And I'll use that momentum to help pull it up, and then once his wrist reaches my armpit, then I pinch down. With my grip here, it's going to be on the elbow. I'm not going to do a C grip, I want to do a cup grip.
Is there a reason for the cup grip?
It's just, he's going to have a little more leverage. I'm looking to just hold it, I'm not looking to grip it.
Okay.
Yeah. The pinch here is doing most of the gripping work. Okay, so usually from here I need my elbow tight to the hip so it's hard for him to hip out. I want my foot planted on the ground. I don't want this or overextended. I'll have it planted this way. Right, so usually from here my next point is just to focus on holding him in this position. Right, especially with this arm, it's going to be hard for him to turn in. So if you try to turn in, go ahead. Here, turn this way. It's going to be hard for him to turn. Right, so once he's done struggling, his head will drop. My foot is going to go over it. I'm going to rotate my hip. So if I just go this way here, this is kind of hard. Yeah. I need to rotate my hip. I'll overstep because I like you, and I'll drag my heel in to tighten it. And make sure I'm still pinching here. I don't want to lean back to finish it. That's the common mistake. I'm going to bridge into it and get that arm bar.
If you lean back, is it kind of, because I know before you were telling me you have the side control, like, if you're leaning back, it's like 90 degree to neutral, like,
yeah,
just sit up and then
yeah.
use all that work.
Yeah, I'm going to do that soon on Monday. Because he's the one that taught me this move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so his timing on it is really good. Yeah. So like, I was setting up, he's like, he knows this move. He taught me this move. Let me see if I can still get it.
So, I'm going to...
So start with crossface here, right? So if I'm on bottom, if I'm early enough, I'm going to try to prevent this here. So for me on bottom, this is my first defense against the head control.
Okay.
Right? If I can move my head freely, I can turn more easily.
Okay.
Right? If you have this, right, especially if you start triggering the shoulder, I can't look this way, I can't turn that way. Right? So my next line of defense is to keep this here. Because if I'm this way, if I'm holding you this way, you can switch your hip face away from me. Switch your hips this way.
This way?
Other way. Yeah, here, right? And then move this to the other side. Right? Now I'm in a worse position.
Okay.
Right? You can move your hips back.
Oh,
this way? Yeah.
This way?
This way. And move it in tight.
Oh, you're like the...
So switch. Good. Switch. Right, so if they don't have this here, they don't have this here, and it's just up this way.
Yeah.
Right? I'll move this here. And look, I'm going to chop it out.
Oh, okay.
Right? If I'm too far here, look, you have control this.
Oh, I see. So you just basically just get pushed. Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? And if I, usually after the first time in this position, look, you move this arm, you have some range, right? You move it a little bit, I'll scoop back.
Oh, okay.
You can't move your arm anymore.
Yeah, I can't move at all.
So that's why I'm moving.
Okay. So is that kind of similar to the same concept, like the north to south thing that? Because I know when you were teaching me, like, you know, when you're kind of digging the hip into the face, and then I guess this time you're just digging the arm in.
I'm looking to control the shoulder.
Okay.
The head and shoulder.
Okay.
With that one, I'm looking to control the head.
Okay.
So, after you control the head, I'm looking to control here. Right? If I'm this way, or if my elbow is above your hip, you can switch to the high side control uncontested.
Okay.
All you have to do is move this to the other side, No, move your arm to the other side.
Oh,
Here, and then switch your hips. Scissor your feet. Other way, other way.
Oh. Like this?
No. Hold on.
Sorry.
It's alright. So you'll.
Oh, okay.
So that when I say switch your hip,
Okay.
that's what I'm referring to.
Okay.
Yeah. Try it on here.
So like from here, so I'm gonna be here first.
Yeah, you're gonna scissor your hip.
Scissor there, and then scissor this again. Like that.
Yes, here. Right? Or go to the other side. Right? Bam. Good. Again. Bam. One more time.
So for this particular move, we end up like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Bam. Good. Right, so if I'm here, right, we'll just go to that. Move this to the other side. Switch your hip. Bam, and then look, you're already starting to trap it. This is nice and tight. Scoop up this way here. Now my arm is stuck.
Okay.
Right, so if you can just get here, this is good. You can attack this arm more freely, or you can even just go to the mount. Pretty much, even if I'm blocking this way, you can see. Right?
Yeah.
You can even just use your hand, push it away.
Yeah.
Right, and then climb over. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But so I'm trying to prevent that.
Okay.
Right. So if you go back, this on the other side.
Oh.
Right. Look, I'm here. If you try to switch your hip while this is here, go ahead and switch your hip. Look.
Increase more space.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to address this here.
Mhm.
So this hand is going to grab my elbow.
Oh, this hand right here?
Yeah, and then you're going to start pinching your elbow to trap my wrist. Pinch your elbow
Here.
right here,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then if you try to pull up, right, from here, try to pull,
Oh,
right? I'm using my lats, my rhomboids to keep my arm in tight,
Yeah.
right? And especially since I didn't skip back day, it's going to be particularly strong. So, right, we're going to use our biomechanics to fight against that.
Okay.
Right? So torque is super strong.
Okay.
You're going to rotate your hips. You're going to switch your hips
This way.
this way. Yeah, and look, without even trying, right? You did that out.
Yeah.
Right, and as you do that, I'll take this and I'll pull it up higher
Okay.
to trap my wrist in the armpit
Okay.
here, and that's what. Now I'm solid. This is solid.
Okay.
Right?
So do I essentially want your arm to be straight through what I'm pulling it?
Not necessarily. I might have a slight bend.
Okay.
They really might bend this way. It's still
Okay.
there. It's
Okay,
still there.
that's awesome.
They're just gonna be tiring out their arm.
Okay.
I'll let them do that. Okay, I'll just wait. Alright, so you only do that for so long. I'm not in a hurry here. I'm really in a good position. So I'll let them do that.
Okay.
Right. Small detail here. Keep this on the hip.
Oh, on the hip. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. So this is good. So what you're gonna feel is you're gonna try to bridge. They're gonna try to turn, but because you're controlling this arm, I can't turn this. I can't rotate here. Right. So I'm gonna bridge and turn, bridge and try to fight, turn. Right. And this is super tiring. So when their head, like, oh, okay, I need a second. I need to rethink this. And right when their head drops, that's mentally they're done.
Okay.
Right. So then you step over here, drive your heel into the neck, and then start to bridge. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was so quick.
Yeah, it's tight. This one can get a little spicy.
Okay.
So we're here, right?
Mhm.
You're controlling this arm. Grab underneath the armpit. Yes. Right. So that way you don't need to keep flexing. You can use this as an anchor point.
Okay.
Right. And then this is super tight. You're barely even doing anything, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I have very little space to move.
Mhm.
So I'm going to make sure that this is here,
Okay.
so that you can advance your position.
Okay.
So then you're going to take this arm, grab and rotate. And then as you rotate, pull this up. Here, yeah. Good. All right, keep this a little bit more on the hip more. So here, try to move. Here. Oh, come on, try to sit up. If they try to sit up, then just push down. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shoot, okay, now I'm tired. Then you step over, drag, bridge. Yeah.
So what happens if, because I know you were telling me before, connecting the ground to the hip to the hip to the
Yeah.
to the side.
Yeah.
So if I don't have this on the hip, is it just gives you just more room?
Yeah. Let's look at that. So some people, and it's not wrong because they're focusing more on the shoulders, but clasp your hands together.
Mhm.
Right here, look.
Oh,
Someone
okay.
who has really good hip movement,
Yeah.
like myself. Right? they're gonna take advantage of that.
Okay.
Right? Even people who are way better than me,
Mhm.
right? Their hip movement. Like, have you met with Coach Trevor yet?
Not yet.
His hip movement is phenomenal.
Okay.
Way better than mine. So mine's good. His is like boss. Right? Right? So then move this back to the hip. Here. So now it slows it down.
Ah, okay.
So I need to do 2 or 3, maybe 4, and that gives you time to adjust your hips.
Okay.
Right? So like, right, there's seeing it, right? When we go back, when we're in the high side control, like,
Yeah.
you saw my legs, you saw what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Here, you're visual, you're looking on the ground, for goodness sakes, right?
Yeah.
So you feel it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
gives you a faster time to react.
Okay.
Right? Because your sensor is already here.
Okay.
Right? So if you're in, nice and tight, and I'm hipping out,
Yeah.
right? If I'm super flexible, I can start, you can switch your hip.
Oh, okay.
Here, yeah, now the legs aren't even available.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Or you,
Oh.
I mean, you feel that?
Yeah, yeah, because I don't even feel you pushing up on
Yeah.
me.
Like, your legs right here, so like, there's nothing for me to like trap.
Okay.
You've built a wall.
Okay.
Alright. So even if you don't have that arm bar, switching to that low side control is a good idea.
Okay.
Right? So switching that low side control, you can set up the arm bar, right? Or if you feel them trying to get their legs on the inside, just switch your hip, and then you have the low side control.
Okay.
Right? Let's look at another option for that low side control. So go ahead and go down. Right. So let's talk about that. Right. I'm here. Keep this in tight. Right. And maybe I'm here. You start hipping out. Right. I know you're trying to escape, so I'll switch to here. But here I don't have this arm. Right. A lot of the times, this will be in front. Very, very common.
Would I want, when this one in front, do I want to be pushing on like the neck or chest?
From here, honestly, I keep it in tight.
Okay.
I try to get, if I'm on bottom, I try to get under here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that now I'm not able to attack it.
Oh, I see.
Right? And then depending on how I'm leaning, you might, if I'm leaning forward to stop you from sitting up,
Mhm.
you can bridge me this way because I'm already leaning.
Oh, okay.
And this will help kind of catapult me that way.
So if I'm, let's say, we were saying here, and I'm pushing here, that would kind of leave it almost like an Americana.
Oh, what I do, I try not to get to that. Yeah, I don't even push.
Okay.
If I do have it here, I use the wrist to help lift up.
Okay.
But if I push here, as a general rule of thumb, especially if you're in the bottom position, if you extend your arm, it's going to get hyperextended.
Okay.
Right? So, no, I'm not going to push.
Let's just keep it in.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it in close. I'm going to bridge.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So, come back. There's different types of bridges. Right? There's like a big slow bridge.
Yeah.
Right? Or there's like a quick. Here, right, where I'm gonna bridge up and drop faster than you drop, so that there's this gap big enough for me to get my arm inside, right? And now it's safer, not completely impervious, right? Because I'm still in a bad position, right? And depending how you're leaning,
Okay.
right? So I might, once I get this here, right, I might threaten to sit up, knowing that you're gonna lean forward.
Yeah.
But then,
Okay.
with that here, like my bump, I'm using my legs to move you, right? And once I get that initial momentum, bring out bounce, this helps you go further, right? So then
Okay.
I can work on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I don't know if I got this right, but like you basically want to have the underhook done first before you try to bridge.
I do.
Right? Because I could just hook underneath you and.
Yeah. So if you go back to that,
Yeah.
I have no underhook, right? Because it's super tight.
Okay.
Here, if I try to do that same thing,
Yeah.
right? See, I have you off balance, but I have nothing to follow up with,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
nothing. Here,
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So the underhook on bottom is super important.
Okay.
It's super. There's so much you can do with it,
Mhm.
right? Not only is it safer than against most attacks, right? Because the only thing that they can really get with that underhook is the Kimura, and they have to get to the high side control. And even if they have the head control, if I'm blocking the hip, it does take some process to get there, right? So safer.
Okay.
But let's continue with the top position.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's get this way a little bit. Make sure. So sometimes I need to switch to the low side control even without getting this arm.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of times this is in front. If they're pushing, or even if it's in close, I can look to attack it. Right? So what I'm going to do is the Kimura is a good attack from this angle. I have a lot of space that I can use just to grab here. If I'm in a cross face, this way here, right, this is kind of crowded to work in. And even if I get wrist on wrist, some resistance, like this is tough.
Yeah.
I might be able to beat you out, but it might just because I'm stronger.
Yeah.
Right? So I have very little space. I can beat you out if I'm stronger. If I'm smaller, I need something else. Right? So I'll switch my hips. In this case here, I don't have this arm. That's fine. And go. Push your wrist. And again, right? Look, even from here, if I push, give me some resistance here, right? It's going to be a battle. It's just going to be whoever's stronger.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn again. Watch. Here. Torn. And I'm switching my hips again.
Okay.
Same method. I'm bringing this back underneath. Right? And when I do this, what I'm looking for I'm not looking to get your arm down to the ground yet. I need to isolate it first. And the way I'm going to do that is get my elbow on this side of the head. So now if you're trying to bring your hand back, this is a wedge.
Yeah.
If you're doing MMA, go ahead and elbow them in the face. It's not a bad idea. If it's just regular training, don't do it. Don't do it on purpose, at least. So just something to look out for. So anyway, yeah, it's the hips. Here, it's all in the hips. And this here, look, by keeping this tight, this is already in place. Here. Just grab my wrist.
Okay.
You remember how to finish it from here?
Hold down and lift up.
Yeah, I need your hand on the ground, right? Pull down, lift up. A couple of details here that we're adding. Flex my wrist.
Okay.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Versus here.
Yeah.
Here, I didn't even finish it yet.
Yeah. I kind of feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. So all I'm doing is going from here to here.
Okay.
So add an add.
Okay.
Let's try that out. So we're here, right? And this elbow's on the hip, right? And you said like, or you can feel me hipping out,
Yeah.
right? So that gives you time to switch hips before I can do anything sneaky with the leg, right? And here you can let go of this here. You can hold on to the head if you need to. This arm is going to be more of a runner.
Okay.
Right? So we're here. This time you don't have this arm. Right? So you can look to attack this hand. You're going to go here. And if you just push, right, especially after doing back day, this is going to be really hard. Right? So you keep pushing, but switch the hip again. Here. Yeah, you feel that?
Yeah.
I can't fight that. No way. I need more back day. Right? This arm is already in place. Grab your wrist. Here. Now flex your wrists. Oh, that's super tight already.
Okay.
Get the hand down to the ground, and then yeah, there we go. Right?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. All right. So we're here. Right? You feel something fishy? I'm trying to get. Oh, too late. Here. Good. Right. Usually they'll bring us back in front. Bam. Switch the hip. Bam. Good. Nice. Grab. Flex the wrist. I already voted. Yeah, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of text messages. Make sure you're voting.
I did a mail-in ballot. I did do a lot of research. There's so much stuff on there, man.
There's too much stuff.
If you want everyone to vote, just make it easy.
Yeah.
Any questions on anything here?
So I guess this is kind of going back to the concept of. I know you always kind of bring in different muscle groups and stuff like that. So when we're attacking the wrist like this, it's like I guess strength, but then when I'm shifting my hip, essentially I might just use my whole body.
You're using the whole body.
Okay.
Right? So you think of a punch, right? I just don't punch here. Right? You got nothing behind it. Look, you're trying to hit.
Yeah.
You can say it's a very similar concept.
Okay.
Right? If you look at baseball, you just don't swing this way. You use the hips to get through.
Okay.
Same thing with golf.
Okay.
Right? So if you get bored of Jiu Jitsu, or if you get bored of martial arts in general, a lot of that concepts are still the same,
Okay.
right? If you look at, if you play the sport,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I don't think hip control matters on time. Maybe it does. I don't know. I could be wrong. I took only one semester.
Those numbers.
That was hard. But yeah. So
Okay, that makes sense.
like the torque from the hip,
Okay.
right? And if you look at the mount too, right? If you're on top, the hip control is super important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Driving your hips down to control the person from bridging, right? So whatever position you look at, the hips are going to be, and it's the center of the body.
Okay.
Now let's combine these two attacks together.
Okay.
Right. So we have the arm bar, the same side arm bar, and the far side Americana.
Okay.
So going back down here. So let's go back to the idea. I'm here, I didn't trap this arm, so I'm looking to attack here. As I'm getting here, and as I'm pushing, what's one way that you're going to defend? I'm pushing, what are you going to do with the other hand?
I guess I can.
Yeah, here, this is very common. So now they have something to pull back against. I'm pushing. What I'm going to do, if I know that this is not on anymore, I'm going to bring my hand on the inside. I'm going to go in like a handshake,
Oh, okay.
and then pull this back.
Oh, straight into it. Oh,
Cool, huh? I'll make my adjustments here and then finish as necessary.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so a lot of John Danaher, he's a really, really good coach. If you have time to look at his material, I really recommend it.
Okay.
Also, if you need to fall asleep, I recommend it. It's very, very dry, but it's really, really good. Right? One of the things he says is that the Americana, not the best attack.
Okay.
Right? I agree with him.
Why is it not the best attack?
It's pretty easy to defend.
Okay. Because then I can just.
Yeah, but I think it sets up for, like, they have to respond, right? Otherwise, I'm taking it. But by them responding, they're giving something else up. In this case, this arm here, right? So if I'm pushing here, right, then I'm going to go. Oh, I go through the wrist. Common mistake here is they'll go through the elbow, right? So I want to go through the wrist so that when I pull back, right, the wrist is going to be the strongest point of the lever.
Okay.
Let's try that. So we're here, trying to hip out, yep, so we get to here. And then you decide, okay, Americana looks nice, so you start pushing for it, I defend. This way, so I'll give a good push just to make sure that this is really what they're deciding to do.
Yeah.
So push, then you're going to bring this hand through the gap this way. Yep, like go in like you're shaking your hand, and then swim back here. Okay. And then you have this pinch.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll take an extra moment just to bring it up higher to the armpit. And then we have the same finish.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll step over here, try that in. Yeah. Good.
And you're saying to go for the wrist rather than the elbow, like when I'm doing the handshaking?
Yeah.
I guess, is it just because the wrist is a weaker muscle?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to
No, yeah, just
understand
go over here.
everything.
Watch it. Right, so this hinge is the same as a door.
Okay.
Right, so keep it bent, give me some resistance. If I push here, it's hard. If I push here,
Oh, yeah.
you feel that difference? If I try to open a door here, oh man, this is really poor design.
Okay.
But obviously, no, if I push here, it's a lot.
Okay.
Feel the difference. Right, it seems,
Yeah. It's like.
and then it's like it's like
It's like night and day.
yeah.
Okay. So essentially, the hinge is
At the,
like the elbow.
Yes.
Okay.
So another place that you'll see this, go ahead and lay down, yep, right, is this type of arm bar, right? I'll get this arm bar, right, naturally they're going to be defending this way here. Look, if I pull this way, you can hold on to it for quite some time.
Yeah.
Look, hold it. If I pull this way,
Oh yeah, it's so much harder.
yeah. Right, so it's the same concept.
Okay.
Right? When I'm looking to finish a submission, especially an armbar, right, I want to control the wrist.
Okay.
Right? When you think of it just like, oh, like the elbow seems like a better place to look at it, but if you break it down at like how the mechanics work of a lever, it doesn't make any sense to control the elbow.
Okay.
Controlling at the wrist, it takes a little more accuracy, I think, especially in the chaos of things, but then just getting the timing of it.
Okay.
That's where the skills come from.
Okay.
here, good. So we're here. You set up for the Americana. Bam, I decided to defend. Right, push, push, push. Make sure this is really what they want to do. Right, yeah, bring it through. Bam, good. Good. Keep that knee bent.
Oh, that's right.
Too bent.
Oh,
Right there. Yeah. Fight. Oh, no, I'm tired. And then. Okay. Nice. Okay. So, maybe you go with the guy who doesn't get tired. Or they know that this armbar exists. Like Gumby, he knows this one exists. So, I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted to see if I can get it. Go back down. Right, so we talked about switching to that high side control. Right? If that elbow is above my hip, then I have access to the high side control. Right? So again, if the elbow is above my hip, I can just switch whenever I want. Right? But if this is here, it's not available. When I have this arm bar, if for some reason the arm bar is not there, I can't get the leg over the head, or maybe I'm worried about losing the position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my hip fully. So instead of doing a half turn, I'm going to do a full turn.
Okay.
1, 2. Now I'm in a high side control.
Oh.
See?
Yeah.
Even at this point here, if they had the underhook,
Yeah.
now I can attack it.
Oh.
We'll talk about this one later. Probably next time. I want to just get to the switch.
Okay.
Right. So we're in this arm bar position. I have this trapped.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to switch. 1, 2. That's going to be 1 step.
Okay.
But that's the breakdown. I need to move this arm to the other side. So if I'm in the low side control, look, this arm is on the other side of the body.
Yeah.
If I'm on the high side control, I need the other arm on the side of the body.
Yeah. So I know your arms are on the same plane when you do the high side control in this position, right? Or
On the same side?
yeah.
Negative.
Oh.
Right? So it's going to be hard for you to see, but the camera can see.
Okay.
So this arm can do anything.
Oh, so that's arm just open.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can attack this guy.
Oh, okay.
Right? I can move the legs out of the way.
Okay.
Push in the gut. Push your belt. Right? So this can do whatever you need it to do.
Okay.
Right? But I need something on the other side. Always. Right? If I'm here, right, and you hip out,
yeah,
there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
Right? Here, I can use my legs, because my legs are over here. I have to play off of my knees in this case. So you can move both arms on the other side.
Okay.
I personally don't like to. I like to have one on one side, one on the other.
Yeah.
But I need something on the other side. Always.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when would you do this then? Because you already had me in the arm bar and you switched to this. Like,
when do I do that?
Yeah.
If you're like, if their head's not going down.
Oh, if I'm not. If I'm
Yeah.
I'm not getting it. Okay.
If just the arm bar's not there, you're not seeing opportunity for it, right? Sometimes it's better just going for it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So here, right, maybe you go for the Americana, I defend, you set the arm bar, and I'm like staying up high this way, right? So there's like no opportunity for you to do it. So from here, you're gonna switch and switch your feet. So switch your legs, good, and then switch it again. And as you're, go and switch one more time, look, and as your hip, see how it cleared my elbow?
Yeah.
As that's happening, once it clears my elbow, you move the arm to the other side. Yeah.
Go.
Good, yes.
Okay.
So now we're in the high side control. This one, if I had this underhook here, now I'm like hanging by a thread. This isn't much anymore.
Okay.
If I try to bridge and turn,
Yeah.
this make sure the same rules apply. Make sure you're posted up with that leg. You're gonna be posted this way. I don't want it overextended. I don't want it too narrow. I don't want my leg on the ground.
Okay.
It has to be posted because if even if I have here, my last thread of hope is to bridge you over. That far leg, your left leg in this case, is going to be the post to stop it.
Okay.
So if I bridge and turn, you push back with that leg, and it feels like 1,000,000 pounds. And they're going to be like, okay, that's not going to work.
Okay.
So then from here, see, I don't even know where your arm is.
Okay.
Right? So remember, I have a visual tell and I have a kinetic tell.
Yeah.
Wherever this arm is, I don't have either. I can't feel where it is, I can't see where it is.
Okay.
So that's a huge advantage for you.
Okay.
So you can attack this arm, you can use your arm to pull the leg down or push the legs over, right? You can fix my belt, whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So just give you a couple of videos.
So from that position, how would I want to attack the arm?
For the Americana? Or
Well,
the Kimura?
so it's the same idea then.
Yeah. So there's the Americana and there's the Kimura. So from that position we have the Kimura. We also have a couple of chokes that we can do.
Okay.
I prefer to go into the mount position.
Oh, the mount.
Yeah.
Okay.
But those are just a couple of ideas.
Oh, why would you prefer the mount over like doing a
The Kimura, it's a good position. The Kimura.
Sorry, and then I think just right on. So Americans is the Kimura is this way.
Yeah. The side control is a good position. It's a great position, and there's a lot of finishes that you can get there. I think the mount is a better position once you learn how to use it, and the finishes from there are even higher.
Okay.
Right. So I can finish the Kimura. It does take a little bit of work. Right. I'd rather get into the mount and do less work.
Okay.
So that's kind of my mindset.
Okay.
Here's one.
And that makes sense because
Yeah.
right now my mind when I'm looking at it is, and it's just because my limited knowledge on that, but from there it's kind of like you already have the Kimura and everything else set up, so why would you go into that? That makes sense.
Yeah. Because like it is a good percentage to finish. So if we give it a number, it's like let's give like a 70% finish.
Okay.
Like the Americana from the mount, I think is going to be like an 80% finish.
Okay.
Right, or the armbar from the mount is going to be like a 90% finish.
Okay.
Right, so I'm looking. I can't, and it's going to depend on what's going on too.
Okay.
Right, if I have all the time in the world, I'm going to go to the mount. Right, I will want to improve my position versus going for the submission. If you're in a tournament and you have a minute left and you're down on points, then go for the submission.
Okay.
Right, like because the mount will get you 4 points. If you're down if you're down like 10 points, you go for the submission.
Yeah.
Right, you're going for the Hail Mary at that point.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the situation, right? And then also depends on the rule set. The rules will always determine what technique is going to be best at the time, right? Like in the high side control and no rules, I mean, punch them, right?
Should just start over.
Yeah. In fact, like the reason why some positions are worth more than others, right? What's the point? Like, why is the mount worth more, right? The reason why originally is because it gives higher points from the more advantageous points you have for striking, right? Like, the side control is good. I can hit from there, but the mount, I can really hit from there.
Yeah.
The back, forget about it, right? I can kill you. So that's kind of, so if you're doing self-defense, I go to the mount and just, yeah, take them out.
Okay.
If you do decide, you've done striking, so you know, the wraps are meant, and the gloves are meant to protect your hand, not to protect the other guy.
Yeah.
So if you do decide to strike somebody, I'll use open palm. I'm going to use here, the bottom, the base of my hand, or that's probably safer for you.
Okay. Is it just so you can protect your hand more?
Yeah. If you punch somebody in the head, you have a good chance of breaking your hand. You know this.
Yeah. I was talking about my old boxing coach, and he was telling me how he got in a street fight, and then he was punching the guy, punched him right in the mouth. The guy's tooth went right into the tendon, and he pulled it out, all the blood just like.
Did you squirt in the guy's face?
Yeah, pretty much.
Blind him
It's
with
like a Captain Planet, like.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So it was. So he was saying like kind of similar to like palm strikes or.
Yeah.
Now he says he does slapping. So he's
Yeah.
In a fight, he just slap.
If you, one of my favorite fighters to watch, he's retired now. Bassford, do you know him? Yeah. His old pancreas fights, they had no gloves. So you see him is just like open palm. Yeah. It's really, really cool.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite. He's really entertaining too. Let's do some sparring.
Okay.
We'll do one 6-minute round.
Okay. glad I'm recording these because, yeah, especially like when I'm flying, I'm just like watching
Yeah.
it over
Yeah.
and over again.
Let's start with the second one.
Okay. Yeah. Well, fuck that one up.
You know why?
Go ahead.
And we'll go back to that hand. Switch your base, switch your base.
Oh, that's why I forgot to do this part, I think, right?
Yes, no, you did. You switch your base
Okay.
here. This foot.
Oh,
Wasn't
too
fine.
far out.
Yeah. So when I felt it, I felt like your base wasn't set, so my bridge. Bring this back farther.
That?
And out.
Okay.
You feel it different?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because once I switched, I was like, oh, this is good. Cool.
I think that was good. And if you were to hit more,
Yeah.
you have it cleaner.
Okay.
I don't know if we're still turning.
I tried to turn this too. Because my hip was rotating up. Just
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. I was like, I can't move anymore. Let's see.
Driver, see it? Sprawl your hips down. Here, and then get your hips in. Now I can't bridge.
Okay.
If you're on your knees that way, go back. There's nothing stopping you from bridging. That's what I was talking about, the hip pressure from the mount position. Very, very important. So sprawl out with the hooks. Now there's a lot less. See that?
Okay.
Now finish it.
Was my switch okay when I was switching over, or?
Yeah. That was good.
Okay.
I knew as soon as there's nothing I could do about it.
Okay.
Keep going. Cool.
That's fun.
How'd that feel in the side control?
I felt like,
You have something to do, yeah?
yeah,
Okay,
I
there.
have to probably review again all the other stuff I could do, because I was so used to doing the same side armbar. I was like, okay, I'll keep trying to do that.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like.
But you switched it with the Americana
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
And then switching your hips. Once you corrected the high side control, you got to the now that one time.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, you're doing.
Yeah, for the high and the mount control, I was like, what can I do from here? I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that like moment of thinking. It's like I'll let him think. The struggle is good.